Then, close to the state election, the speaker, the then House member, later speaker, came one more and he was pleading that Omo should please return him. Then we said, even if we return you, remember you have only 8 years. And after these 8 years, it's our turn, remember. Because the former House member was from South. Now he has gone for North. So it is the turn of the Central, which is Omo. Omo is the community with 3 wards, political wards. So then we are starting to support him, and he promised that if we support him to emerge, that by 2023, that he will give way. That Omo will nominate a candidate for him to sponsor, that he will sponsor the person's election. Then this was written and signed. Because this was written and signed, the onus was on him to keep to the agreement. But fast forward to 2022, he said when he was already the speaker, that tasted power as a selfish leader who was only interested in accumulating wealth for himself, just like he advised me. Unfortunately, I'm not the type. So he wanted to go for a 3rd term. Okay. Ignoring the agreement he had with Omo. Omo sent delegates to him to please keep to the agreement. But at the point, he told them that it was an elective position and not an appointment. It's not something you appoint, it's election. So if not inheritance. If you think anybody can defeat me, let them go and contest. It was an insult on Omo for him to have reneged from the agreement he had with Omo. So we came back, we thanked our sons and daughters to purchase from. It was more like the most viable party to win election as at then was Abga. Yes. Because they had a government. So the people from Omo bought from in Abga, about 3-4 of them. But unfortunately, unexpectedly, all of them were disqualified. Not defeated in the primary election, but they were disqualified from contesting for primary election. They were not cleared. They were not cleared to contest. The likes of Itogu, what is his full name? Somebody Okechukwu, from Omo Ward 2. Okay. And they were all disqualified from contesting. So we came back. I wasn't into politics because I don't like the behavior of politicians. You know, I don't like them at all. It might be unpalatable to use the word, but I hate politicians because that's the problem we have. So I was not into politics. Then when they came back, the elders came to me and they explained to me that this was what was going on. Before then, how does this story correlate to the practice we're having? Because it was the turn of Omo, okay, or it was going to be the turn of Omo in 2023, the speaker instigated crisis between Omo and all the neighboring communities. Such that all these communities will be against Omo. Okay. Alright? Yes. And it worked out for him. But the God that understands that Omo has never been wicked has never let Omo down. So in 2020, he instigated the Umumbo community. Umumbo is a younger brother to Omo. Yes. We are the most brotherly. We are the closest. If we speak alike. If you see somebody from Umumbo and somebody from Omo, we can't differentiate them. Wow. We look like we speak alike. Okay. Act alike. And they have the big heart too. That is why you can have issue with Omo today. By tomorrow, we are friends. The same thing with Umumbo. Then he instigated Umumbo against Omo. So one afternoon, Omo youths went to Umumbo to dig took away pit. And for just no reason, they were buried alive. Took away pit. They dug Umumbo. With zero provocation. So then, as at that time, my neighbor here is from Umumbo. The next house to my house is a man from Umumbo. So as at that time, a lot of people from Umumbo were living in Omo. So our youth apprehended those living in Omo and demanded, yes, we have them to pay, demanded that Umumbo should come our son. So we released their returns to them. But we didn't know that at that time that these boys were already dead, buried alive. So wow. I grew up with one of the boys who were involved, Nnamdi, from my own village. We grew up together in Edo State. I know him very well. So they were already buried alive. So we were waiting. Then my Igbo called their Igwe. The Igwe said that we should return people so that they will return ours. Yes, graciously we granted that we returned to our youth, but our youth never returned. Yeah. That was how we had it with them. Because sincerely, these are things we don't say. As I said, Okmo has politically empowered Umumbo by giving them a state house member for 8 years and later a federal house member. This man was the former MC back then. A local government chairman from then the former chief justice sponsored him and he became a state house member for 8 years and later a federal house member for 4 years.
Wow.
Also, at that same time, they were having another big man, which was the chief registrar of Anambra State then. Yeah. So, they saw themselves as that at that point, they had the capacity to challenge Omo. I don't have any issue with anybody challenging Omo, but let there be a cost. Right? Let there be a cost. There was no cost, just political instigation from the then speaker for him to integrate this to teach this community this Omo, so that whoever will be contesting from Omo will not have anybody to support him or her outside Omo.
You say, how do you know that the then speaker has a hand in that?
Hand, not just hand, both hand and leg. Now I'm coming. Do you see this? Do you see this?
Yes, I can see it.
This is AK-47. I was shot in my house, so I'm coming.
Okay.
That was our issue with Umumbo, because the loud impression is that Omo is a bully. We bully everybody. But Yam Baba, if I don't find you trouble, you find me trouble, and I get for a pass, Omo, I go beat you. You understand?
Yes.
I don't find you trouble. I do on my own. You find me trouble. Should I be weak to attract your pity? I don't have to be weak.
Yes.
Fast forward to 2021. The former Chief Justice of Anambra State, before then, this community has a deity that promotes bravery. My brothers, there are things I won't say, all right?
Okay.
So they encourage bravery. So they found a Modogu.
Yes.
All right? So, and you know, in the olden days, Modogu is somebody who can behead someone. Right? For you to be an Odogu, you must have killed somebody and came back with the head. For you to be an Odogu.
And drink palm wine. And then and drink palm wine with it.
You said? You said what?
You come back with a head for you to drink palm wine with the score.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So, but there was a shrine in their place as at then. I don't know about now. And I wouldn't want to say much about them, but the fact must be said, all right? So they had a shrine which they worship with human head. So the chief priest of that shrine must be an Odogu who has the capacity to go into other towns and get and fetch human skulls. All right. So because of that, they promote Odogu. So it's not really a crime to them to kill. If you can kill and come back with human head, they won't condemn it. They rather applaud you as a brave man.
Mm.
And the bravest in Ayamelum. So they have been killing our people. You will go there to work, you will disappear. The expenses, plenty. And before you can go from one to Onitsha or Oka, you through this community. So they have been killing us. Unfortunately for them, that fateful evening, they locked a car to fetch human head, and it was the retired chief justice of Anambra State. And the man told them, "You are all my people. What is the problem?" They macheted the man, conquered here. They collected his phones, but the driver was brave enough to zoom off. So he came back, he came to Omo. While he was explaining to us, we went to the Igwe Palace, and the youth were advised not to retaliate because we rate him so high.
Okay.
Youth were agitated, but we advised them not to retaliate. While we were doing that, the commissioner, the DPO, then came to the palace with the GSS officer in charge of Ayamelum. So while they were in the palace discussing, the Igwe told the DPO to go to Amato, get us the phone and everything they took from the chief justice. Then we have advised our youth, nobody should retaliate. When you get us the phones, we will treat our father. Later, when everywhere is calm, we will find a way to resolve. While the DPO and the GSS were still in the palace, Anaku youth invaded Omo around 4 p.m. They were shooting. So Igwe told the DPO, "You see now, we can no longer talk about anything. Leave my palace, go and repair those youths." Then the DPO could not repair them. After shooting, wondering how they left. It was full evening. Omo is a town that is competent. We must say it. If we want to beat you, we'll give you a date, we will beat you. We are coming tomorrow by 10 a.m. to repair. We are coming, and if we come, we'll beat you. So we don't do sneaky shit. So we don't go for battles at night. Right?
Okay.
So we didn't attack them. We're still thinking of what to do. 7:45 p.m. Pinedu. 7:45 p.m. they invaded again.
That same day?
Yes. They burnt down a building, a warehouse. A warehouse that belongs to one of the richest businessmen in Omo. The goods in that house were so much that the fire burnt for days till the house collapsed. Yeah. So that was around 7:45 p.m. 11:45 p.m. they invaded again.
Yeah.
Omo has not collected though. This bully Omo. This Omo that bullies everybody has still not retaliated though. Then in the morning, we signaled them that Omo was coming. This is the raw version of, I don't know the legal implications, but this is exactly what I know that happened. As at that day, somebody from Anako, 2 people from Anako, Nonso, what's that name? Mayor, was in my house. He called Paul Maturia It was in my house as this thing was going on. I told them not to be scared, that we don't have any issues among ourselves, so relax. They were scared anyway, but I told them to relax. They were in my house. So the next morning, Omo went to Anak. Yes. And Omo is an elephant. So once we place a step, you will know that Omo came. And what happened. So these youths who were invading and invading, what was the problem? The problem was that the then speaker wanted a clash between Omo and Anak, so that you have all the votes in Anak. And yes, it happened. Yes. I got about 22 votes in Anako. He got 2,500.
Wow.
Then on the 9th of February, close to my election, I was in my house. That was 2021.
Okay.
9th of February, 2023. I was in my house, March rather. 9th of March. I was in my house around, a day before, we were informed that somebody, a terrorist, a known deadly unknown gunman from Anako, that he has been home. I think he was arrested by them. Somebody returned by Anambra to unleash mayhem. We didn't know, but I heard the news in the evening. Then we were supposed to talk about it at the community the next week. But 5:30 a.m. in the morning, was hearing gunshots. What was happening? Before I could step out of my gates, because they called me that my cousin, who held Akara and Akamu, has been shot. You know, by the nature of such business, you have to wake up early.
Yes. Yes.
Do things.
It's an early morning business.
She came out early and was a victim of Vulture. The guy was called Vulture. Vulture, Dodogu Anakwaka then. He came back, he dethroned Dodogu that was, and chased him into exile. Became Dodogu and invaded Omo. That morning he killed 9 people. So they called me that my cousin has been affected. And she dead. I said, no, can't be dead. That we should rush out to hospital. We could still save something. While I was driving out, I didn't know that if he was even coming to my house, that my house was a new target. While I was driving out from my gate, this hand was on steering, driving. And I got this gunshot. Then I quickly ran back to my house. And the youth, I raised the alarm. The youth came after him, chased him, got some that they got, others escaped. Right? So this was what transpired between Omo and their neighbor. So it wasn't our pen to always be having a communal clash. So they politically motivated something.
Okay. I know that there are a lot of places you would want to touch, but we'll get to that place gradually. Okay? So I'm with you. I am alone. People are big on culture. You know, yes, people are big on culture. Omenana, some people are even dreading the area because of their omenana. Onye sị gị na ọ bụ onye anya amelum ma ọ bụ na ọ bụ onye ọmụọ echa anụ ụzọ. You know, what is your take on how you guys do your cultural, are you even a Christian or are you into culture too? Omenana.
I am not very religious. You know, religion is not Christianity. Most times when you talk about religion, people think it's about Christianity. So I'm not very religious.
Okay.
I'm not heavy on spirituality.
Okay.
I deal on what I believe in, science, philosophy. You know, I don't know how I'm supposed to be engaging. Maybe I was born, created by God, then I now have to go and object, have that object my God. I need to worship that object. It doesn't make sense to me.
Okay.
And also, it doesn't really make sense to me that my father didn't know God. Christianity is not God. Christianity is a religion that later came.
Okay.
So, and I believe that God should be as old as man.
Okay.
So I don't really dwell on faith. I don't believe in spirituality.
Okay.
So I believe, as I am, I believe that God comes and kill somebody. All right. So I can't be stupid enough to receive something from human being and not believe that I cannot stand before what will happen to me. So it doesn't make sense to me. So I'm not highly spiritual. I'm not religious, but I try to be pure, first knowledge of God.
Okay.
I believe that God is man. Whatever you know is wrong, don't do to your fellow man. And if you don't do that, God will protect you. I still believe that God will still being that none of us knows who he is, or how he operates.
I want to make healthy living a culture in our society. Teta n'ụtụtụ mee exercise gị sweat, that sweat is very important. Ịba na garden gị bele akwụkwọ nri sie nri, very natural food. Or if your body need it, just nri ọbụla dị etu Chukwu si kee.